What's going on, guys? Welcome to part 2 of this mono Raid Bombardment deck. If you did not check out video 1, first of all, I rambled a lot, but 2, we actually did okay. We got 2-1 was our record. So, hoping to at least even things up and maybe even get an overall win today. This deck is interesting. It's a different take on kind of a Calamity style deck, but with a bit of a stronger take. So, I'm liking it so far. I am liking it. It plays very well as a mono red deck should, but obviously we'll summarize more at the end. So let's see what we get here. Yeah, I think we can keep this. What I will say about this deck is we tend to have less kind of turn 1 things to do, if that makes sense, which is perfectly fine. I don't think that that's necessarily bad, but it does mean that we're not quite as quick off the face of it sometimes as we necessarily could be with a different style mono red deck. Dawn of Hope, that's interesting. Not very helpful, to be honest, for us to steal, but you know, it's okay. Okay. I'm just gonna discard a land. It's totally fine by me. Let's get this down. Let's go ahead and get that Anax out there. I think that that's a pretty strong play. It just gives us a little bit of definite kind of, you know, we get some stuff out of it if it dies kind of thing. Nice. We could have played the Bolt Hound and gotten a little hastier with it, but it's okay. This does make Forbidden Friendship a bit worse, so a bit of a nombo there, but we'll figure out exactly how we want to play that. And here, this is what's great about it. We just get a creature. I love that. Nice. Torbran. Well, not worth it yet, but can go ahead and kind of swing in here. I really like the Bolt Hound. Such a cool card. It's just very efficient. Powers up the whole team. It just does everything you want it to do. That is very annoying, I will say. As is that, actually. Rat-themed deck. Very interesting. Okay. Well, let's get that down. We can just go ahead and get Torbran out. Which seems pretty good. And I think we just attack with these two, actually. If we attacked with this, everything would have to, I mean, they'd have to block some stuff, but they're still going to have to block some stuff anyway. And this just makes it much more difficult for them to deal with anything. Yeah, those two are going to die. Honestly, they could have just given that indestructible and it would have turned out better. But that's fine. That was kind of a missed opportunity on their end to keep around their vampire. A little surprised they didn't do it, but they may just not have seen it, which is fine. And so now they don't have Death Touch, which is crucial for us to be able to pull off the win here. Okay. I think we just do this. And attack with everything. They've only got one card in hand that is an unknown. Kind of interesting to see what it might be. They can give this pro red if they would like. So similarly with the Savior, they could the Selfless Savior, they could save this after blocks. But we're dealing a ton of damage this turn, so. I should say representing a ton of damage. They missed it again. I think they're just not seeing that interaction, which is really sad. They could have, I think, had a much stronger turn last couple turns if they had seen that, but that's fine. And now, like, ooh, does this kill? It doesn't kill everything. It only kills half. It's very good, but it's not gonna do it. Sure. It does exile, worth noting. Perfect. Okay. So let's get this down. Whoops. Let's get this down. And we attack. Alright. Sweet. That was pretty fun. Very efficient win. That was, I think, a bit of a misplaying on my opponent's end, though. They could have very easily lasted at least a little bit longer and then maybe had a chance to crawl back. They had plenty of lifelink and stuff like that, so they did have opportunities there. I feel kind of bad, but, I mean, if you don't see it, you don't see it. Ooh, nice. I like that. Apex of Forever. So awesome. That makes it so no matter what, we're even. We're at 3 wins. 2 more to go. Hopefully we can get some more. Like I said, if you missed the first video, I rambled a little, but to summarize that, I would just like to say thank you to all of our supporters lately. Our Patreon has been growing significantly over the last month, and part of that, I think, is due to us like promoting it a little bit more, but also hopefully upping the value there and making it a little more worth it, and showing you guys that, you know, we're moving forward, and so to see that support coming in is amazing, and I cannot thank you all enough for making that happen. So thank you. Also JDC, we talked a little bit about that. We did have our first players meet, which was awesome, super fun. Really excited to get that going. I think it's going to be a really good time, and we've had some phenomenal. Or we've got some phenomenal people coming into it, so really excited about it. Hopefully you guys are. That tentative date is still the 21st. We're gonna kind of figure some stuff out here soon, but we're working on it, and so we're getting through it. Some things to work on in the time being. So, all right. Well, I mean, got to deal with it. Really need a land. That's very crucial. Okay. That could have been worse, so that's good. Oh, they didn't have the land. Oh, that's interesting. Well, we play this out there. Good news here is we can go wide. Bad news is they also can go pretty wide. Generally in these decks, that's very possible, so. Well, looks like they're stuck as well. So we attack with 3. That doesn't mean, so we can't quite get there though. So let's just do that. I'm gonna keep the attack going, so that way we are close to at least getting them down to it. That way if we play this Raid Bombardment, we can actually just ping them for tons and tons of damage here. We also do have the Embercleave coming down next turn, which is obviously pretty crucial. Yep. Very surprised at how well this deck is functioning given this circumstance, though. I like it, but just different. Let's equip it up. Get rid of that. Deal a lot of damage. Perfect. All right. They're stuck on green mana. We're stuck on just 2. Worth noting there. They do need more green. That's good. It's very good. Get a lot of triggers from that Risen Reef. What would we like to get down? Raid Bombardment would be great. If we get a land off the top and then start swinging in, not only do we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage there, but it just makes it so they really have to do something. 4, 5. All right. Oh, all right. Well, we got there. I didn't count. I assumed that we were just gonna get it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we were gonna get it. Awesome. Heck yes. That's 4 wins. 1 more, and we are at 5 and 1. I like that. Cool. Let's jump in. Actually really liking this deck. That performed very well, given that it only had 2 mana most of the time. This deck has a bit of a, I'll say, a skew towards the 2, excuse me, ooh, burp, and 3 drop range, which isn't necessarily good or bad. It's just kind of what it is. And I don't know, it's kind of nice. That would have been great to have initially, but that's fine. Let's get this out there. Go ahead and swing in. What do we get? Really? No way that this is a legit deck. Like, if they're playing that, that's a little That's a little silly. Alright. Just hit a land, I take it, yeah. Okay. That's fine. Don't care tremendously about that, to be honest. I think we just raid. Raid is just so good, if I'm honest. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So here they can trade off for the robber, and that's perfectly fine. But we're gonna continue this damage train pretty well here. Now that we've got 3 mana, we've got a lot we can do. Sure. It's perfectly fine. Let's do this. We're being slightly aggressive with that, I understand, but I think we're kind of in a position where, like, next turn we just drop Raid Bombardment and they're in pretty bad shape, or we just play like a Bolt Hound. This is just like a random flyer stack, by the way. This is not very good. So we don't even have to, we just drop this and then we just win. I was dumb and didn't see it initially, but yeah, this just wins. Awesome. That was super efficient. Both of these videos were right around 12 minutes. That was great. So like I said, the initial thought with this deck is it as good or better or worse than like a standard mono red list? Oh, we got our mastery up too. My initial thought is it was going to be a bit slower, and I think that it probably, like, we didn't actually get to go up against a mono red deck, so I don't know for sure, but I think it probably is a slightly slower. Not by much, but I think enough that it's probably not quite as good. All that to say, it still handles itself like super well. The fact that Raid Bombardment hits stronger creatures, like it triggers off of stronger creatures, just means that you're getting it with so much more value tied in. And I really, really like that, because instead of, you know, only being able to trigger on a few creatures, you get to trigger on everything, essentially. And so, you know, like in that last game, we're able to double up on it and really, really deal some damage. So I love it. I think it's worth it to try it out. Raid Bombardment not being a, you know, a rare or mythic makes it kind of easy as well. And so I would suggest trying this one out. It's a little bit different, I get it, but it's fun. I like it a lot. Again, I just want to thank everybody for the support. I hope you're enjoying the new kind of content schedule as well. This is kind of our first week of doing it, but it seems to be working out. And so thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. But I'll see you guys again in the next gameplay video.